Hey guys, what is up? So today we are diving into Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Oh gosh, like I remember Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I'm probably gonna watch that after this video, but it's really sad to hear what's going on. So let's take a look at this TMZ article. So Angelina Jolie is on a smear campaign against Brad Pitt because she actually, it's not funny, but I'm laughing because it's this persistent, she's very persistent in saying that something happened on a jet and Brad Pitt apparently spilled beer on one of the kids. Brad Pitt was allegedly violent on this plane. And she's really been so consistent with this that I actually believe her. Before when this first came out, that she filed for divorce back in 2016, there was a lot of Angelina, she's so mad, oh my gosh, right? And Brad Pitt never had to make a statement or say anything because, the media had it that she was just this angry woman, right? Of course, the female, she's so angry, she's so vicious, yada, yada, yada. So part of me believes that he played into that narrative. Now keep in mind, from 2016 and now we're in 2022, I haven't really heard anything. Brad Pitt says this, And the saddest part about this is the kids, obviously, they're involved. And it's got to be devastating because you got to think these kids, read the magazines or read social media, feel me? But the other sad thing to see here is prior to the divorce in 2016, the last post I remember of them was simply Brad Pitt talking about how they were going to get a divorce, but then they fought. And now, here they are still fighting. All right, so let's read this article. Angelina Jolie is on a smear campaign against Brad Pitt, hashing and rehashing the same allegations she's made for years, which makes me think she's probably telling the truth. Allegations that have fallen flat with authorities, this according to sources close to Brad. Our sources say Angelina's repeated attempts to paint Brad as a child abuser has taken an extreme toll on their kids, who are now all but estranged from their dad. See, that's what I don't like. I get if she's trying to protect her kids. However, if the court granted him 50% custody, then he needs to see his kids. And this also reminds me of Britney Spears' relationship that she has with her kids, because you have Kevin, telling the kids A, B, and C about Britney. So now when they come to her house, they think they can talk and disrespect her any type of way they want. So it kind of reminded me of that situation. As one source put it, Brad now has a limited and strained relationship because of her campaign of annihilation. The sources point out Angelina has claimed since 2016 that Brad got physical with at least one of their kids in a private jet and even poured beer on her. Brad has denied the allegations, but Angelina pressed authorities to prosecute him. I wasn't there, right? But I don't see putting his name out there, blasting it all over social media. How is that going to help the kids? How is that going to help any type of relationship that they could have with their father in the future? If you're in an abusive relationship, obviously seek help. And Angelina sees herself as protecting her kids from this abuser. But it's so hard to just fully side with Angelina Jolie because we weren't there. You know what I mean? We don't know what happened. So, it's a tough call to make because the only witnesses seem to be the kids and Angelina and Brad. The FBI investigated and concluded the allegations were insufficient to move forward. Our sources say there was also an investigation by the Department of Children and Family Services, which was closed out because of a lack of evidence. That's another thing. Like, these things, you need proof. So once again, it's like, do you be on the law side? Because sometimes the law is just goddamn wrong. Sometimes, if you don't have evidence, you're screwed. I understand, someone lying on you, because that could be Angelina with Brad, but I also understand, being abused and you have no fucking proof. Who's trying to record footage, have video footage, take their phone out immediately? Nowadays, people do it. Thank God George Floyd, right? But it's just so hard to react when something horrific is happening. Angelina then went to family court in an attempt to convince the judge in the divorce case that Brad was an unfit parent who should not have any custody. The judge listened to the evidence and gave them 50-50 custody, essentially rejecting Angelina's claims of abuse. So this is what is interesting also to me. Even if the judge gave you 50-50 custody, still take your kids. You have the right to take your kids. So it's weird to me that you won't take your kids because Angelina has put the kids against me. And it's like, well, if you took your kids, they're going to eventually see the man that you truly are. And if you truly want to be the type of dad that you envision yourself to be, you would take your damn kids. She then filed what she thought was anonymous Freedom of Information lawsuit against the FBI, asking to make public her allegations regarding the private jet incident. That is ridiculous to me because Why are you asking the FBI to make it public? Because my problem with this is that now you're not thinking about your kids. And I can see someone saying, but she is thinking about her kids because she's letting everyone know what a horrible father Brad Pitt is. But no, because in the long run, these are what your kids are gonna see. I don't think, in my opinion, that was a smart move, because who was that really for? And just yesterday, she filed legal docs in connection with a dispute over a winery they jointly own. As our sources say, the winery lawsuit has zero to do with her allegations of abuse, yet she recounted her claims in great deal. Got it. So she's using a winery that they own and kind of anything just to get full custody of her kids. That's what it sounds like to me. The fact that Angelina wants the kids to have absolutely 0% to do with Brad, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Was that one incident on a plane that bad to where you don't ever want your kids to see Brad again? The sources say it's clear all Angelina wants is revenge against Brad. The sources say in some ways Angelina has won, because despite having 50-50 custody, they believe Angelina has poisoned the kids against Brad to the point he has little to no relationship with any of them, and the victims are the entire family. You know what? I wasn't sure in the beginning when I said this, but now I'm sure now. I truly believe that he's using this as an excuse because it's hard, right? It's hard to break that, I don't like you, Dad, I can't stand you. It's hard to break that. So instead of, working on that, going to therapy, he gave up. That's my opinion. One more thing, the sources point out Brad has never publicly uttered a bad word about Angelina for the sake of their kids. They add, however, he's deeply wounded by what he believes is a vicious, unrelenting attack. So after reading this article, I truly believe that there's some room for Brad Pitt to grow out of all this, right? You gotta do something. You can't just sit on your ass and not do anything. Oh my gosh, the kids don't like me, I'm done, let's forget about it. They have 5 or 6 kids? Yeah, make the shit work. They're your children, they're your kids. So anyways, leave a comment below, guys. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon on the next video. Bye, guys. Ow, did you hear that? I hit my finger on the little thingy. Anyways, bye, guys.